That dog is banned. I'm fining you starting today. Patricia points a shaking finger. I stand between her and my dog. You don't make laws, Patricia. Daisy stays. She pulls out her phone. Then I'll call animal control myself. An officer steps out of his patrol car. Ma'am, you're the one violating harassment laws. He gestures to my security camera. This stops now. The first notice arrived on a Tuesday afternoon, slipped under my front door in a crisp white envelope stamped with the emblem of the Willow Creek Estates HOA. I tore it open expecting the usual nonsense. Grass an inch too tall, garbage bins out too early. Instead, my eyes froze on the words, Notice of Fine, Violation of Breed Restriction Policy. My stomach dropped. They were targeting Daisy, my 6-year-old pit bull mix, the sweetest dog in the world, who spent most of her time sprawled on the couch or nudging my hand for belly rubs. I stormed out to the porch just as Patricia, the HOA president, strutted down the sidewalk with her ever-present clipboard. Her sharp bob haircut swung like a blade with each step. Patricia, I called out, waving the letter. What the hell is this? She turned, lips curled into a tight smile. It's exactly what it says. Your dog is a restricted breed. HOA policy doesn't allow pit bulls or pit mixes in this community. I clenched my jaw. Daisy has been here for years. Everyone knows her. She's never hurt a soul, Patricia sniffed. Breed restrictions are for safety. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them. That's funny, I shot back, because the last time I checked, the HOA bylaws don't list a single restricted breed. Her smile vanished. We have board discretion. And I've decided, she tapped her clipboard like it was a gavel. You'll need to remove the dog from the premises immediately. Failure to comply means daily fines. Not a chance, I said, stepping closer. Daisy barked from inside, sensing my tension. She's family. You'll have to drag me through court before I let you take her. Patricia's eyes narrowed. Then maybe I'll call animal control myself. And she did. 2 days later, I heard the knock. Daisy rushed to the door, tail wagging, tongue lolling. I opened it to find 2 uniformed officers, one from animal control, the other a police officer, standing on my porch. Sir, the animal control officer said, holding a clipboard, we received a complaint about a restricted dog on this property. I let out a harsh laugh. Let me guess. Patricia? The police officer raised an eyebrow. We can't disclose complainants, but we do need to verify. Fine, I said, opening the door wide. Daisy bounded forward, all wiggles and sloppy kisses. She practically knocked the clipboard out of the officer's hand, trying to lick him. The animal control officer chuckled. This is Daisy? Yep, I said. Menace to society, as you can see. Daisy rolled onto her back at their feet, demanding belly rubs. Both men laughed despite themselves. Sir, the officer said, scratching Daisy's belly, she doesn't appear dangerous at all. And for the record, this county doesn't have breed-specific laws. HOA can't override state and county regulations. I crossed my arms. Exactly what I told Patricia. So unless she rewrote the law, I think we're done here. The police officer nodded. We'll file a report stating there's no violation. But we may need to follow up with the complainant about false reports. Please do, I said, a slow grin spreading across my face. That evening, as the sun dipped behind the houses, flashing lights appeared 2 doors down. I stepped onto my porch just in time to see the same officers knocking on Patricia's door. She opened it, smug expression plastered across her face, until they started talking. I couldn't hear every word, but her shrill protests carried down the street. You don't understand. Pit bulls are vicious. Ma'am, there's no legal basis for your complaint. But I'm the HOA president. That doesn't give you authority to harass residents or file false reports. Her voice rose into a screech. I was protecting the community. The officers exchanged glances. Then the police officer said, loud enough for half the block to hear, "Ma'am, consider this your official warning. Harassment through repeated false complaints is a criminal matter. If it continues, charges will follow." The neighbors had started to gather on their porches, watching the scene unfold. A few even clapped quietly as Patricia's face burned crimson. She slammed her door without another word. The next morning, an anonymous note appeared on the HOA bulletin board in the park. Written in bold black marker, it read, "Leave Daisy alone. We stand with our neighbors, not against them." Over the next few days, people I barely knew stopped by. With treats for Daisy, kids asked if they could pet her. Even Mr. Anderson, the grumpy retiree who once yelled at me for parking too close to his driveway, slipped Daisy a biscuit and muttered, "Good dog." Patricia, on the other hand, avoided me entirely. She stopped her daily patrols, stopped waving her clipboard around like a sword. Rumor had it, several board members questioned her leadership after the incident. One evening, as Daisy and I walked around the neighborhood, my next-door neighbor Sandra caught up with me. "I'm glad you stood your ground," she said, giving Daisy a scratch. "Patricia's been on a power trip for years. Maybe this will finally take her down a notch." I didn't want to fight, I admitted. "But I wasn't about to let anyone take Daisy." Sandra nodded. "Sometimes it takes someone standing up to bullies to remind the rest of us we don't have to put up with it." As Daisy trotted happily ahead, I realized she had done more for the neighborhood than I ever could have. Her big goofy grin and gentle heart had united people, exposing Patricia's cruelty for what it was. A week later, an official letter arrived, this time from the HOA board itself. It read, "Effective immediately, the Willow Creek HOA board rescinds any enforcement related to breed restrictions. We regret the actions taken and assure you no further harassment will occur." I laughed out loud, holding the letter up so Daisy could see. She just wagged her tail like she knew she'd won. The aftermath was clear. Patricia's reputation shattered, her authority diminished, and Daisy crowned the unofficial mascot of Willow Creek. One night, sitting on the porch with Daisy curled at my feet, I thought about how close I had come to losing her. Patricia tried to use fear and power to control people. But in the end, it was Daisy's gentle nature and a little backbone on my part that brought the truth crashing down on her. Daisy lifted her head, licked my hand, and let out a soft sigh. "You're not going anywhere," I whispered. "This is your home." Our home. And for once, the neighborhood felt like it belonged to all of us, not just the woman with the clipboard. If this story moved, you don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful tales of resilience and justice. Your support allows us to keep delivering valuable insights and stories that inform and inspire people everywhere. Thank you for watching Work Story, and see you in the next one.